The battle for Anaxis, one of the Republic's largest shipyards, is under attack from Admiral Trench's separatist forces. Jedi Generals Mace Windu and Anakin Skywalker lead a two-pronged assault on the ground and in the air. But after weeks of heated battle and mounting losses, the Republic's grip on Anaxis begins to slip away.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the video. And guys, if you like the video, give a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so I create this kind of content every day that you don't want to miss out on. And guys, you're probably thinking, Ethan, why are you doing a Clone Wars review? This is a DC channel. Well, I'm doing a Clone Wars review because I'm a big Star Wars or Clone Wars fan. I've watched all 6 seasons. I do a couple different videos on this channel, like the Sonic review, I do Star Wars Rise of Skywalker review, but it's only once in a while. But now that the Harley Quinn show is ending, I wanted to find another show for Friday to review. And just in time, Clone Wars premieres this morning. And guys, it was 3 a.m. when this premiered. I was like, man, am I gonna be able to get the video out? But 3 a.m. I was up and I watched that thing, and now I'm doing it for you guys. But if you're a little worried that, oh, was it good or was it bad? I'll just rest assured, it was a good episode, right? Alright guys? They proved that they have not lost the spark at all. Clone Wars is still a good show. I was surprised by it. The opening sequence, when you hear the narrator, still talking, he's like, Anakin Skywalker, Mace Windu. Just hearing that guy talk again, it's wow, that brings back a lot of nostalgia, a lot of memories that I had watching the show way back. I remember watching, coming home from doing some practice, anything, and seeing the Darth Maul reveal, and then or seeing Ahsoka fighting off people, or even seeing Savage Opress, Count Dooku, or General Grievous, different episodes like that from season 5, 4, 3, even the Mortis arc, where you see the brother and the sister, you see Ahsoka turn evil, Anakin start going to the dark side. It's just, I remember all those memories, and it's so awesome because I'm happy they brought the show back. Because for a while, when Clone Wars got taken out, they released a couple books, and I checked out some of them, but I'm not really a book reading guy. I like reading comic books, don't worry about that, I like reading comic books, but in terms of sitting down and read a whole book, I'm not really into that because I just don't have time to really sit down and invest in a book, unless it's a comic book I can get through it, it's 20 pages. But guys, pretty much they have these books, and I did check them out. They have the Dark Disciple, which that won't be in this season. That was one with Ventress, and that was actually pretty interesting. That was a good one. Guys, if you want me to review that, comment section below, tell me if you want it. But guys, that was a good one. And then we had Rebels. And guys, Rebels was really good. You had Captain Rex back, you had Ahsoka return, the ending of that show was amazing. And once it ended, I'm like, crap, are they gonna make another follow-up show? Is that it? And for a while, it seemed like that was it. I was kind of worried. I'm like, no more Star Wars animated shows. That's the thing that is making me love Star Wars. Yeah, the movies are alright. Last Jedi, not so good. Rise of Skywalker was okay, but could have been better. But the anime shows is where it's at. Come on. Star Wars and Clone Wars, that's what really got a lot of people into Star Wars. Yeah, the original trilogy, yeah. But Dave Filoni has just been doing such a great job, guys. Everything he does, The Mandalorian, that was a success. That was an awesome show. Clone Wars, Rebels, it just proves that he's the guy who should be writing the movies, not Kathleen Kennedy. But guys, this episode, you see Captain Rex and you see Commander Cody. They pretty much team up with the Bad Batch. And if they go on a simple droid versus clone mission and try to retrieve something. And guys, the Bad Batch, they're pretty dope. They're actually pretty cool. You have the one character, Wrecker, who's kind of the muscle of the team, and he always going against Captain Rex, looking at the other clones, and he calls them Rex, regular, which I like that. But he was cool because most of these clones are voiced by the same voice actor, which proves that this voice actor is pretty skilled. To be able to voice act different clones, and they almost all have not the same look, but they're clones. They're supposed to have some little look that they all resemble. And guys, seeing I didn't know that it was the same voice actor for a couple of these clones because all of them sounded differently. Like the voice actor killed it. Like you never have a moment where these like clones are talking to each other. I'm like, why is that guy sound like that guy too? It's like they're talking to each other. Never at all. And that's like, I think that's pretty skilled. But guys, we also see another one, which is Tech, who's like the tech guy. He was my least interested one. Like, I didn't think he was that great. But the scene when we find out about like Echo later on, and he's like decoding it, I thought that was a little cool. But they really need to prove his character. It's out of the 4 Bad Batch, he's actually the weakest, I think. But guys, we also have Crosshair, which he's like more like the silent guy, and he gets on the clone's nerves in this episode, which I like him, he was cool, but obviously my favorite of these is Hunter. And guys, Hunter, he literally looks like Rambo. Freaking Rocky Balboa, Rambo. Like, look at this picture right here, and then check out this clip right here. So, am I right or am I wrong? Like, he literally looks like Rambo, and I thought that was pretty cool, and he has like that hunter mentality. Like, the one part where they're like, oh yeah, you could get maps, but maps could be wrong. Hunter is never wrong. I'm like, that, I like that dialogue, it was pretty cool. But guys, you see him go on like a mission, you have a lot of cool action sequences, they fight off like these droids, and the droids are so dumb. Like, they get called by this, the main droid. He's like, hey, make sure, like, watch out, the clones are coming. The droid's like, the clones are what? And then it gets shot. I just laughed so hard at that moment. It just reminds me of how dumb these droids are, but there's also some really strong droids too. But guys, another character that shows up in this episode is Admiral Trench, who was one of my favorite characters in the series. Like, he's always been really good. He's like calculated, does a lot of stuff, and he only makes like a couple like hologram appearances in this episode, but he's still pretty great, and I like it. But guys, he's like the main leading of it, and when he finds out that like the clones at the end of the episode actually kind of like are successful in their mission, he's like, what? He's like kind of mad about it. So we'll see him like in this like 4-part story arc as we go along. But guys, what happens in the beginning of the episode, Commander Cody and Captain Rex are talking about Echo, right? And Captain Rex thought that Echo was alive. And it turns out he is. Like, they decode this thing at the end. They're at like the big tower after the fight. They decode it, find out Echo's alive, and they start going on that journey. And that's when we end the episode. Now guys, I'm interested to see how they're gonna like develop the story, because 4-part stories in the Clone Wars, like, I like 3-part stories more because it's more quicker and fast paced. But this episode was fast paced, but will it keep that fast pace for the next 4 episodes? I think it will. Like, I have no doubt. Like, it's an awesome show. They'll be able to do it, but I just hope there's no filler, alright? Because it's 12 episodes, that's it, and we're having 3 story arcs. We're having this one, then we're having like a Ahsoka and Coruscant one, and the one that I'm most looking forward to is the Darth Maul and Ahsoka one, like the Siege of Mandalore. And guys, this is all going to lead up to the Return of the Jedi, Revenge of the Sith. And I'm pretty excited for that. Like, I am really excited to see how they're gonna wrap this up. Because one of the problems with like season 6, I think, yeah, season 6, the last season, was at the end, yes, they like teased Order 66, but they didn't really end it with Order 66. They were like, oh, Yoda's like, oh, I have a bad feeling, or something like that. I don't remember the exact dialogue, but he said something like, oh, he could see the future of it, and that's how he ended. I'm like, alright, I was hoping to actually see other characters like Ahsoka, other Jedi dealing with Order 66, even if they don't die, see what they went through. And that's what I'm most excited about to see by the end of the season. Like, honestly, you don't have to show every Jedi going through Order 66, but just to see Darth Maul, his involvement, see Ahsoka's involvement, it's gonna be pretty dope, guys. I'm excited. Now, another thing that was in this episode, you see Anakin and Mace Windu at the beginning of the episode. They pretty much give the information to Captain Rex and Commander Cody. They give him like, hey, this is your mission. But Mace Windu, he looks cool as always. But Anakin is the standout. Like, guys, Anakin, he looks cool. Like, he looks like his Revenge of the Sith. Like, he looks like the version of Anakin from that movie. He has like the haircut, he looks more mature, he has like the scar, and I'm like, that is really cool. Like, to see him turn evil by the end of the season, that's gonna be a big moment in the entire show, and a big moment in like the Star Wars universe. Cause yeah, we saw it in Revenge of the Sith, but this episode can dive even deeper into it before he becomes Darth Vader. And you don't have like some bad acting from like the movies. You actually have a good voice actor on Anakin and a pretty dope look. But guys, now the animation, alright? The animation in this show is like top notch. Like, I know they released like this 4-part story arc like a couple years ago, like 2000. I don't remember what it was, but I remember watching like one episode, but I didn't watch the rest of it because it was not animated really. It was like unfinished. And some people are making complaints saying, oh, they're just rehashing the same thing. I'm like, but they're adding this awesome animation, special effects, and adding actually a couple other scenes to the thing to make it stronger. And I don't know how you complain about that. Like, oh, you got to watch the shitty version, but now you get to watch the awesome version, which I really appreciate that. And guys, seeing like this first episode, because I watched like half of this episode way back when it was like unfinished animation. And I didn't think it was that good back then. But now watching like full animation, it just makes it that much better. Like, I'm like, wow, like this looks awesome, and I kind of I underappreciated back then just because of the animation. But guys, the animation, it's always been good on Clone Wars, but Disney Plus has stepped it up even higher, like by like tenfold. Like, it looks amazing. Like, the opening scene when you see like zooming in, they do like zooming camera angles, like switch camera angles. See, no lightsaber battles yet, but I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with that. Because the choreography of like the clones and the droids is pretty awesome this episode. And when they do those lightsaber battles, mostly Darth Maul and Ahsoka, it's gonna be awesome. But guys, overall, I'm gonna give this episode an 8.3 out of 10. I recommend it. Go check it out. If you're a big fan of Star Wars or just a big fan of like Dave Filoni, go check it out because it's really exciting. It's a fast-paced episode, and it's a lot of clones. Like, there's no lightsaber battles. That's what really like kind of docked it for me. Like, it's not really a problem. Like, it's coming, but I'm more a big fan of like the Jedi versus the Sith, or like Darth Vader, stuff like that, instead of say like clones going on missions. But they put a spin on it, and I'm a big fan of Captain Rex, always have been. And when he was in Rebels, that was awesome. Him here is awesome, and even Commander Cody was pretty dope too. So to see them going on like an awesome mission with this new Bad Batch, who are some of my favorite characters in like recent memory, mostly Hunter because he looks like freaking Rambo, gets me excited for the rest of the season. But guys, in the comment section below, tell me what you thought about this episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What do you think about the whole Echo, him being alive? How you think that'll like develop in this 4-part storyline? What do you think about Anakin? Are you excited to see him turn evil? And are you just excited for this arc and the next 2 arcs for this final season of Clone Wars? And guys, if you like the video, give a big thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, bro, subscribe to my channel because I release great Cheese content and Star Wars content every day that you don't want to miss out on. Well, I won't release like Star Wars content every day, every Friday though. Like, you can stay tuned every Friday morning. I'll have my Clone Wars reaction, episode 1 through 12, out for you guys. So I want to react to it, and we can theorize in the comment section and talk about what's going to happen, and just like talk about our love of Star Wars, the Clone Wars, Rebels, everything that we love about Star Wars, alright? But guys, that's good for the video, and peace out.